6 exercises used by the Japanese to double leg strength even after 60 years of age. In Japan, besides being the country with the highest number of people over 100 years in the world, adults and elderly manage the incredible feat of maintaining strong legs even after 80 years. While in Western countries, the World Health Organization already reports that most people lose leg strength after 50. This muscle loss brings devastating consequences. Difficulty rising from chairs, climbing stairs, walking distances that were once simple, and drastically increasing the risk of falls, which represent the main cause of loss of independence in old age. And as I usually say, if they can do it, it's because there's a method and you can replicate it. But before we begin, please tell us through the comments your name and the city from where you're watching our content. Exercise number 1. Resting squat. Simply one of the most popular exercises in all Japanese culture. The Japanese don't rest in chairs and sofas like us Westerners, as they recognize that this is unnatural for the human body and harms posture over time. They use the deep squat as a position for everyday rest. The fascinating thing about this practice is that this simple habit change simultaneously works several essential muscle groups: quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and core. All this while the person is just resting. In a study conducted at the University of Tokyo, people over 70 who maintained the habit of resting squats had leg strength comparable to people of 50. To perform it correctly, position your feet apart at shoulder width and slowly lower until your glutes almost touch the ground, keeping your heels completely supported on the ground. The spine should remain in a neutral position, neither excessively curved nor completely straight. The secret is in proper progression. For beginners, especially after 60, start by holding onto stable furniture as support for just 20 seconds. Gradually increase this time until you can maintain the position for 2 to 3 minutes without support. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel the leg muscles working, but without joint pain. This exercise goes beyond muscle strength. It promotes better blood circulation in the legs, facilitates the digestive process, and develops mental self-control to tolerate the initial discomfort of the position. A common mistake is raising the heels to try to make the position easier. This nullifies much of the benefits and transfers undue tension to the knees. Another frequent mistake is excessively curving the back, which can cause lower back discomfort. Keep the core slightly activated to protect the spine. For adults over 60, I recommend practicing this exercise 3 to 5 times a day, gradually increasing the time according to your ability. In just a few weeks, you'll notice greater ease in getting up from chairs and greater endurance in your legs during everyday activities. Number 2. Balance on one leg. This apparently simple exercise is one of the pillars of Japanese longevity regarding mobility and independence in old age. Standing on just one leg intensely works the stabilizing muscles of the ankle, knee, hip, and core, exactly the muscles needed to prevent falls. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to strengthen muscles that we normally don't work in conventional exercises. The Japanese incorporate this practice into everyday moments, such as during teeth brushing or while waiting for the elevator. A surprising fact: a longitudinal study conducted with elderly Japanese over 10 years revealed that those who practiced balance on one leg daily reduced the risk of hip fractures by 60% and the incidence of falls by 40%. Even more impressive, 80% reported a significant increase in confidence to perform daily activities. To perform it correctly, start standing near a wall or furniture that you can use as support if needed. Transfer your body weight to one leg and slightly lift the other leg off the floor. It's not necessary to raise the leg much, just that it's not supported. Muscle recruitment happens mainly in the stabilizers, small but crucial muscles that are often neglected in conventional training. These muscles are the first to atrophy with age if not regularly stimulated. For beginners over 60, start by maintaining the position for 10 to 15 seconds with support and perform 3 repetitions alternating legs. Progressively increase to up to 60 seconds without support. What many people don't know is that this exercise also trains your reflexes and creates new neural pathways that help your body react more quickly when you trip. A mistake I see many people make is lifting the leg too high. which displaces the hip and unnecessarily increases the difficulty. Another common mistake is tensing the shoulders during the exercise. Keep them relaxed to focus the work on the legs. Remember that keeping your gaze fixed on a point in front of you and the core slightly contracted will facilitate maintaining balance. Practicing daily for just 5 minutes already brings significant benefits to leg strength and stability. Number 3. Horse stance. This ancient exercise, known as kibadachi in Japanese culture, is a fundamental part of martial arts training and has been adapted as a strengthening exercise for people of all ages. The horse stance is particularly effective for adults over 50 due to its isometric nature, which strengthens without joint impact. The position intensely works the muscles of the thighs, hip, and core, creating a solid base that supports the entire body structure. The Japanese value this posture because it symbolizes stability and rooted strength, concepts deeply valued in their culture. For people over 50, the benefits are multiple: strengthening of the adductor muscles, quadriceps, glutes, and core stabilizers. A study published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science showed that elderly regular practitioners of this posture showed a 24% increase in leg strength after just 12 weeks. To correctly perform the horse stance, position yourself with feet well apart, approximately 1.5 times shoulder width. Slightly bend the knees, lowering the body as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. The feet should be parallel or slightly turned outward. The spine remains straight and the abdomen slightly contracted. The secret is in the equal distribution of weight between the two legs and the constant activation of the muscles. You should feel the thigh muscles continuously working to maintain the position. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting by maintaining the position for 10 to 15 seconds, performing 3 daily series. A common mistake is projecting the knees beyond the line of the toes, which puts excessive pressure on the joints. Another frequent mistake is leaving the hip too high, reducing the effectiveness of the exercise. The correct position should create a sensation of mild burning in the thighs, but without joint pain. As you develop strength, gradually increase the time spent in the posture until reaching 60 to 90 continuous seconds. To increase the challenge, you can add small movements, such as slowly raising the heels or performing small pulses up and down. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute knee problems. However, for most adults over 50, it represents a safe and effective way to strengthen the legs without the impact of exercises like running or jumping. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with long-term health in the world of bodybuilding. Number 4. Sampa. This slow and meditative walking technique is one of the lesser-known secrets of Japanese longevity. Known as Sampa, it focuses on total awareness of each step, focusing on the sequence: heel, middle part of the foot, and toes. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its dual nature, physical and mental strengthening simultaneously. The Japanese often practice Sampa in Zen gardens or parks as a form of active meditation. Studies conducted with Japanese adults over 65 showed impressive results: 50% improvement in blood circulation in the extremities, 40% reduction in falls, and 50% increase in dynamic balance after just 3 months of regular practice. To perform it correctly, find a space where you can walk slowly without obstacles. Initially, I recommend a hallway at home. Start walking at an extremely reduced speed, approximately 4 to 5 times slower than your normal walk. The focus should be on the sensation of each part of the foot touching the ground, first the heel, then the middle part, and finally the toes. The beauty of this exercise lies in the body awareness it develops. Practicing 3 minutes daily, breathing deeply every 3 steps, is enough to start developing both strength and proprioception in the legs. A common mistake is walking on automatic, without paying real attention to each phase of the step. Another frequent mistake is performing the exercise too quickly. Remember that the goal is not the distance covered, but the quality and awareness of each step. The focus is on developing strength, stability, and coordination. For adults over 60, especially those with balance problems, I recommend starting by practicing near a wall or handrail for safety. As confidence increases, practice in open spaces and on different types of surfaces to increase the challenge. Number 5. Heel raises. This simple but incredibly effective exercise directly works the calf muscles, the gastrocnemius, and soleus. What many people don't know is that the calf is considered the second heart of the body, as its contractions help pump blood back to the heart against the force of gravity. In Japanese culture, strengthening the calves is prioritized especially after 60, as these muscles are crucial for stability when walking, climbing stairs, and for preventing falls. The Japanese often incorporate heel raises into everyday moments, such as while waiting in lines or brushing teeth. To perform it correctly, stand with feet apart at shoulder width. Slowly rise onto the tips of your toes, keeping the body in a straight line, and then slowly return to the starting position. The movement should be controlled and conscious, rising as high as possible to work the muscles in their full range. For beginners over 60, I recommend starting with 2 sets of 15 repetitions, using a wall or stable furniture as support. As you develop strength, progress to 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Muscle recruitment is maximized when you rise as high as possible and maintain the position at the top for 1 to 2 seconds. A common mistake is swinging the body back and forth, using momentum instead of muscle strength to rise. Another frequent mistake is performing the movement quickly, which decreases the effectiveness of the exercise. Remember that each repetition should be controlled both in the rise and in the descent. To increase the challenge, there are 2 main progressions: performing the exercise on a step, allowing the heels to descend below the level of the toes for greater range of motion, or performing the raise on one leg, which practically doubles the resistance for each calf. Besides muscle strengthening, this exercise significantly improves circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of varicose veins and swelling in the ankles, common problems after 60. Regular practitioners report improvement in comfort when standing for extended periods and when walking greater distances. I recommend performing this exercise daily, ideally divided into 2 to 3 short sessions throughout the day. As the calves are composed predominantly of slow-twitch muscle fibers, they respond better to a larger volume of moderate repetitions than to few repetitions with very heavy load. Number 6. Wall squat. This isometric exercise is one of the safest and most effective ways to strengthen leg muscles after 60. Used in both traditional Japanese medicine and modern physical conditioning practices, the wall squat stands out for intensely working the quadriceps, glutes, and core without impact on the joints. The beauty of this exercise lies in its simplicity and adaptability for all ages and fitness levels. In Japanese culture, it is often incorporated into active meditation sessions, combining physical strengthening with mental training. To perform it correctly, position yourself with your back against a wall with feet apart at shoulder width, approximately 12 inches away from the wall. Slide your back down the wall, descending until your knees form an angle of approximately 90 degrees, as if you were sitting in an invisible chair. Keep the knees aligned with the ankles, never in front of the toes. A study conducted with Japanese adults between 65 and 75 demonstrated an average increase of 14% in leg muscle strength after just 8 weeks practicing wall squats regularly. Even more impressive was the 27% improvement in the ability to climb stairs without fatigue or pain. The secret is in the isometry, the continuous muscle contraction without joint movement. This makes the exercise extremely safe even for people with mild joint limitations. For beginners over 60, start by maintaining the position for 15 to 20 seconds, performing 3 daily series. Progressively increase until you can maintain for 60 seconds. A common mistake is holding your breath during the exercise. Maintain normal and continuous breathing, with the abdomen slightly contracted to protect the spine. Another frequent mistake is letting the knees collapse inward. Keep them aligned with the toes to protect the joint. This exercise trains both the body and mind to face discomfort in a controlled manner. The Japanese believe that this skill is fundamental for healthy aging, the ability to remain firm in the face of challenges. You'll know you're doing it right when you feel the burning in the thigh muscles, but without joint pain in the knees. To gradually increase the challenge, try positioning a small ball or cushion between the knees and squeezing slightly during the exercise. This adds work for the adductors and increases core activation. Now let's move on to our bonus exercise that we've prepared especially for you. Bonus exercise: dead hang. This is not a specific exercise for the legs, but it has become, in the last decade, one of the most practiced movements by the Japanese due to its extraordinary benefits for the body as a whole. Consider it an extra gift from our video to you. The dead hang or passive suspension is simply the act of hanging from a horizontal bar with extended arms. Despite its simplicity, the benefits are surprising, especially for adults over 50, who frequently suffer from postural problems and accumulated tensions. Spinal decompression is the primary benefit. When we hang by the force of gravity, the intervertebral discs have the opportunity to rehydrate and expand, relieving accumulated pressure from sitting or standing time. Regular practitioners report significant reduction in chronic back pain after incorporating this exercise. The increase in grip strength is another crucial benefit. After 60, grip strength naturally decreases, affecting our ability to perform everyday tasks such as opening jars or holding objects firmly. Studies show a strong correlation between good grip strength and longevity. The dead hang directly works all forearm muscles responsible for this function. The improvement in shoulder mobility is perhaps the most visible benefit for older adults. The range of motion in the shoulders decreases drastically with age, limiting activities such as combing hair or reaching objects on high shelves. The dead hang gently works to restore this natural mobility. To perform it correctly, find a stable horizontal bar, such as in a park, gym, or even a door-mounted bar installed at home. Grip the bar with hands in pronation, at shoulder width or slightly wider. Completely relax the shoulder muscles, letting your body be fully suspended. The beauty of this exercise lies in its passive nature. You don't need to do anything other than hang and breathe calmly. For beginners over 60, start with just 5 to 10 seconds, performing 5 sets with adequate rest between them. Progressively increase the time according to your capacity. A common mistake is keeping the shoulders tense or elevated during the exercise. The goal is precisely the opposite, to allow the weight of the body to naturally extend the shoulders, arms, and spine. Another frequent mistake is holding your breath. Maintain deep and constant breathing to maximize muscle relaxation. This exercise is contraindicated for people with acute shoulder injuries, severe tendinitis, or serious spine problems. For everyone else, it represents a simple and effective way to promote joint health and relief from daily tensions. The Japanese typically practice the dead hang in the morning as a way to reset the posture for the day. I recommend doing it every day, 5 sets for as long as you can comfortably hold. Even starting with just 5 seconds, you'll notice surprisingly rapid progress. Besides the physical benefits, the dead hang also promotes mental endurance, the ability to remain calm and focused during temporary discomfort. This quality, highly valued in Japanese philosophy, translates directly into better coping with the everyday challenges of life. If you liked it and want to discover 6 isometric postures practiced exclusively by the Japanese to strengthen even the deepest fibers of the human body, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing each one better and how to perform them correctly. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching this far, and may God bless you, my friend.